We got it. All right, we're good. Oh, hey, bugs. We have successfully recovered the payload. It's 10:15 in the evening. Took us a little bit longer than we expected, but we got it. We finally recovered it. It was in the old Seneca Army Depot, like right on the edge. And it was deep in the woods. It was in some real thick stuff. And note to self for next time, we need pants and boots next time, because we were going real deep into the woods this time. So let's walk you through what went on. So we were on the east side of, or west side rather, of Seneca Lake. Landed on the east side of the lake. We had to go up and around. Didn't get here until about 10 after 9. We get right up to where we thought the landing was, and it's gated off, chained, padlocked, can't get through it, government property, no access, stay out, no trespassing, will be prosecuted. So we were like, oh crap, now what do we do? So, you know, it was just down the end. There was a phone number with a sign that was posted, and we're like, well, I guess maybe we'll come back tomorrow and we'll, you know, try to call somebody and see if we can get access. But just as we're leaving, so we decided to hang it up. We're gonna head out. So just as we're leaving, the Romulus Fire Department was doing some.
They were refilling their truck.
What were they? Oh, they were refilling their truck. That's what they said. So they're refilling their truck from the hydrant, right?
Yeah.
So the Romulus Fire Department was refilling their truck from the fire hydrant, and we were like, well, it was only a 100 feet or so from where that fence was, the gated or padlocked fence that we couldn't get through. And so we thought, well, maybe the fire department can get access to it. So we stopped and we asked them, and the guy said, well, I can't get you through this fence. He goes, but if we go up the next road, I got a code, I can get you in that fence, and we can come in the other way. And so we were like, all right, great. So we get up there, and at this point it's getting like pitch black. It's super dark. And we're like, well, maybe we should just not even go out there. We'll call it quits. We'll come back tomorrow in the daylight. We might need a ladder. We'll, whatever. So we talked about it for a little bit, but then we decided, well, let's just go see what we're dealing with, and then maybe we can decide what kind of tools we need to bring with us tomorrow if we come back. Oh, hey, look at that guy that was on me. What is that? Is that a worm? That's a worm. I had a worm on my leg. Here, hold on. We're gonna.
They're probably everywhere.
Yeah, they're probably everywhere, all over me. But this little guy was on my leg.
In a quarter of a mile.
He's going back outside.
96A.
Okay, sorry. Sorry, detour. Got bugs on me. So anyway, so we. Oh God, I keep feeling like I have bugs on me. It's the worst feeling. So a guy from the fire department was like, well, let's just give it a try. We'll take you back there. We'll see what we can find. So he takes us back there. Oh, I do have another bug on me. God, so many bugs. Ew, creepy crawly. I know, right? And it's like tight quarters here because I got all my computers and my equipment, and like I'm surrounded by stuff. So I keep feeling bugs crawling on me. Nature, yeah. I mean, everybody knows how much I like nature. Ugh, bugs, and that's not my territory. So anyways, let's finish this. So the guy from the fire department's like, he grabs this super powerful, like Nevin from the Romulus Fire Department.
He's our hero.
Awesome guy. He's a hero of the night. So he grabs this gigantic flashlight, and he's like, let's we'll just head right through here. So he takes us down there, and then we get to this little access path, and like it was tall grass. Like we had some spots that maybe it was up to like mid shin, but there were some spots that was like up to your waist.
Wet with dew.
Yeah, and it's wet with dew, and then there were some spots that got a little bit mushy, and like I got sneakers on and shorts, and Jeff's got shorts and sandals.
And Nevin's got long jeans on.
Nevin's got like work boots and jeans on. And he was going for it. He's like, I got my flashlights, I got my boots and my jeans, I'm going right into it. So he just starts diving right into the thick of it. And this was like real thick woods. And so we were like, all right, well, I guess we're going. So we followed him, and we get about, I don't know, it was, how far would you say the walk was down that path? You kind of
100 yards, 150 yards.
100? Hold on, Jeff's got a bug on him too. It's freaking me out because it's wiggling. It's right on his shoulder. So we went about, Jeff says about 150 yards. So
Heavy grass.
yeah, heavy grass. My legs are probably all cut up. My face is a little cut up. I got scratched here. Well,
then we turned right.
Yeah, so we go down what I thought was going to be the hard part. We're going through all this super heavy grass, but then we get about halfway down and we start to hear the locator beacon, and we could hear it beeping. It was pretty loud. Awesome. Then we had to make a right turn, and we had to go into the trees, and then it was even thicker, and that's where I got whacked in the face a couple times with branches and
heavy growth.
Yeah,
in the trees.
It's just real heavy. Like, super glad that the backup GPS located it, because if it didn't, this would have been there for 100 years. Nobody would have ever found it. So we followed it, and we got right up to it, and it was about, I don't know, 30 feet up, maybe? 20 or 30 feet up, hanging from a tree. It was actually kind of in a nice little clearing, but the radar reflector got snagged on a branch, and fortunately these were really skinny trees. Oh, another bug. So many bugs. God. Connection's weak. You two better do a thorough tick check when you get home.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
That's a good idea, actually.
Not on
Very
each
good
other.
idea. Yeah, we'll do them separately. Yeah, that's a really good idea. We definitely should do a tick check, because we were in the thick of it, and there's a lot of deer in that area, right? Aren't ticks from deer like
Yep.
there? Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, you're probably right. We should do a good tick check. But anyways, so we this is hilarious. That's Liz. She said this is hilarious. So we finally come up on the payload baggage, 20 or 30 feet up in the air, hanging there. Radar reflectors caught, parachute, and the remains of the balloon are up in the canopy of the tree. I can't even see them. I don't. Could you see the parachute?
No.
I couldn't see. Yeah, the parachute and the balloon were up in the canopy. You couldn't even see it, but we could see the payload package. It's only about 20, maybe 30 feet, but that seems kind of high. Probably more like 20 or 25 feet.
New York 5 West. Then turn left.
And just hanging there, and really skinny trees. So Jeff and I were able to shake the tree violently until it dropped down, and then it was about maybe 10 feet up to the point where Jeff could reach the antenna sticking from the bottom. He grabbed the antenna, pulled it gently, and then he got a hold of the box and started pulling it down, and then it gave way, and it came right down. And then we thought, well, that's it. We got the box, radar reflector, the parachute, the balloon, like those are all, line's probably going to break. We're not going to get those back. But we grabbed a hold of it, we started shaking it and pulling it down, and sure enough, we got everything back. And I forgot probably the best part of the whole thing was that, like, these skinny trees, basically, in order to get the radar reflector down, is we basically had to He-Man this tree, and we pretty much the three of us just pulled the tree down. We pretty much just bent it as far as it would go, and we pulled the whole thing down. And this was a live tree, like it's not like it was dead.
Turn left on US 20.
Oh, did it go back up?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was just bending.
So it just bent. It didn't even uproot. It just bent and then went back up after we were done. But we bent the whole thing down, pulled the radar reflector, got it untangled, and then started pulling even more. We got the parachute back. Even got all the way to the balloon. Got the balloon back. Not that I really need the balloon, but we got it back for whatever that's worth. And so we got everything. Got everything back. I don't know. It was not how I was expecting that to end. When we showed up and we got to that fence that was all padlocked and big government property, no trespassing, violators will be prosecuted signs. We were like, oh boy, this is not going to be good. So we thought the night was over. We were going to have to leave it and come back tomorrow, but we found, what was his name again? Nevin? Nevin. Nevin's our hero from the Romulus Fire Department. He,
oh man, flashlight.
Yeah, the giant flashlight.
Trailblazing.
Yeah, trailblazing. He was just no fear. I mean, we were in some dark woods, big, thick growth, and he was just like, here we go, we're going in. And he no fear. He was going right through it. So good for him, because he had no fear. So I was like, well, I'll go with him. So we all.
And this is 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, right. At 10 o'clock at night, he could have told us to get out of here. He's going home and going to bed. But
we're complete strangers.
Yeah, complete strangers. We just asked some random guy from the fire department who was out on the street. They were doing something else, and we kind of just hijacked him. We were like, hey, can you help us? And he did. So it was pretty awesome. It's not how I expected that to go, but we actually went up to the guys from the fire department. We were going to ask them if they knew the best way to get a hold of the people to get through there, and he was just like, well, I can get you in there. So that was completely unexpected. So now we've got the Nevin the hero. Yeah, for sure. Nevin is definitely the hero. He got us through there. He had the courage. He had the gigantic flashlight, and we were able to find the thing. So
long pants.
And the long pants and the boots, which we did not have. Jeff and I in shorts, me in my sneakers, and Jeff had open sandals. So we got it. There it is. Got the payload. Everything looks to be intact. I haven't read any of the SD cards yet. So how soon for the video? It'll probably be a little while for the video. So I'm gonna pull. I had to shut off the alarm because it was driving me crazy. The locator beacon, super high pitched and really loud, and was driving me crazy. So I had to get all the power off. And I wanted to get a live broadcast out here before everybody went to bed. But probably tonight I'll look at it, I'll pull the SD cards off the Arduino and the cameras, and we'll check and see what we got. Probably try to post like maybe a picture tomorrow, and then I'll start going through some of the video. Maybe do another live broadcast. We can get a kind of like a first look at video. I don't know if that'll be tomorrow. It might be Wednesday. I have to see what I can put together. But the video takes a little bit longer to put together, just to see what we got to show. But I should definitely be able to get at least a photo. I'll try to get a photo up from as high as we got. I guess I don't even know what we got. The cameras could have failed. Who knows? I hope not. Especially after all that. But so we'll see. Assuming that we got good footage, I should at least get a photo posted. Maybe even tonight. I don't know. It really depends.
Need a good shower.
Yeah, I gotta take a shower because I feel like I'm crawling in bugs, and my legs are itching like crazy because we're going through the thick, thick growth, and whacked in the face a bunch of times with a branch. I'm gonna have I got my face is outlined with cuts now. So I wouldn't hold out hope to see a picture tonight, but I will definitely try to get a picture up tomorrow so you can at least see what we're dealing with, and then we'll work on getting some video up. So anyways, it's never easy. There's always something going on for these flights, between the radio system not working. I don't know what happened there. That was frustrating. I'll try to see if I can figure out what happened there. But between the radio not working and what was it? Oh, in the recovering it in the woods. Another adventure. I guess that's what makes it interesting. If it was just simple and it went up and came down and you grabbed it, then it wouldn't be that interesting. But it was another adventure. This recovery was definitely probably the biggest adventure that we've had, just traipsing through the woods like that. But
in the pitch black.
yeah, in the pitch black with a flashlight and Jeff wearing his sandals. My sneakers were much better. They're soaked right now. Let's see. Wait, what does it say? Do you think that person's comments about the convection cell played a role in the change in flight path and landing area? Not really. I don't know. I'll find out. Oh, your connection's weak.
Possibility, I guess. But
Yeah, I suppose connection's weak. Well, sorry. Oh, I don't know if this is getting choppy on you. Choppy or pixelated, but no, there we go. So, do I think the convection cell played a role in the change of flight plan? Not really. The biggest thing, I guess I got to go see if we can measure the ascent rate, because it almost seemed like we had a slow ascent rate. I didn't get a chance to really check out the ascent rate because the radio died, so we couldn't see what the ascent rate really was. So I'm gonna have to go calculate the ascent rate and see if we got a slow ascent rate out of it, because it almost acted like it pretty much took the flight profile that we expected, just way further east than we anticipated it being. So so we'll have to see. I don't know. I got to see if there's any data recorded on the system itself. I don't know if it was power cycling as much as I think it was, then we may not have any positioning data, which would be unfortunate. But we'll see what we can get off of it and put out some updates. So look for some updates later this week. They'll probably be all week long. We'll be putting out photos, videos, some data from the flight. We'll see what we can pull off of it, see what we can decide. But we'll try to start getting things updated. Probably starting tomorrow. We'll see our first pictures maybe tonight. I don't know. I really want to put one up tonight, but I got to take a shower. By the time we get home, it's going to be like 11 o'clock, so I don't know if I can do it. But anyways, definitely